Just trust your gut. How many times have you heard that advice? It's offered up as a simple, profound truth. The ultimate compass for navigating the complex decisions of our lives. But for so many of us, this advice lands with a quiet, hollow thud. Because what happens when your gut feels broken? What happens when your gut screams, danger, in a perfectly safe room? Or, even more terrifyingly, what happens when it stays completely silent in the face of a person who will eventually shatter your heart? How do you trust a compass that seems to spin wildly or not move at all? If you have ever felt at war with your own intuition, if you have ever felt that your internal GPS is fundamentally flawed, this is for you. Because the difficulty you have in trusting your gut is not a personal failing. It is a profound and logical consequence of your history. And to heal it, we must first understand what a gut feeling truly is. It is not magic. It is a masterpiece of biology. Let's start by reframing the concept. Your intuition is not a mystical guess that comes from nowhere. It is a rapid, subconscious, and highly sophisticated process of data analysis. And the supercomputer running this analysis is not just your brain. It is your entire body. Deep in your core, your gastrointestinal tract is lined with a complex network of over 100 million neurons. This is often called your second brain. And this second brain is in instant communication with the brain in your head through a massive information superhighway called the vagus nerve. What you experience as a gut feeling is actually your brain perceiving a subtle, instantaneous shift in the state of your body. A sudden clenching in your stomach, a flutter in your chest, a change in your heart rate, a feeling of expansion or contraction. This is a biological sense called interoception, the awareness of your own internal state. But where does this information come from? It comes from another brilliant, subconscious process called neuroception. This is your nervous system's ability to scan the world for cues of safety and danger, completely outside of your conscious awareness. It is reading micro-expressions on someone's face. It is detecting subtle shifts in their tone of voice. It is sensing the energetic atmosphere of a room. It is doing this all the time, comparing billions of bits of present-moment data against the vast library of every experience you have ever had. And when it detects a pattern, either one of safety or of danger, it sends an instant signal through your vagus nerve, changing the physical state of your gut. Your gut feeling is simply you, becoming consciously aware of the verdict your nervous system has already delivered. It is not a guess. It is the result of a massive data analysis. So if this system is so brilliant, why does it feel so broken after trauma? This is the heart of the matter. Trauma doesn't break your intuition. It turns the volume up so high that you can no longer hear the music. The first reason it's so hard to trust your gut is that hypervigilance masquerades as intuition. Trauma teaches your nervous system, your brilliant security guard, that the world is a fundamentally unsafe place. It updates its software to see threats everywhere, because in the past, threats were everywhere. So now, your neuroception is not just scanning for danger, it is actively looking to confirm it. That bad feeling you get about a new, kind person? It might not be your intuition telling you they are untrustworthy. It might be your trauma response, a physiological echo, because they remind you in some tiny, subconscious way of someone who hurt you in the past. The scream of your trauma can easily drown out the quiet whisper of your true intuition. The second reason is that you were actively taught to distrust your own internal world. If you grew up in an environment where your feelings were consistently invalidated or punished, if you heard the phrases, "You're too sensitive," "You're overreacting," or "That didn't happen," you learned a devastating lesson. You learned that your internal GPS was faulty, that your feelings were liars. You learned to sever the connection between your mind and your body, because your body's truth was not welcome in your environment. So now, as an adult, even when your gut sends a clear and accurate signal, a part of you immediately doubts it, dismisses it, and intellectualizes it away. You were trained, as a matter of survival, to trust the voices of others over the truth of your own body. The third reason is that, in order to survive, you may have learned to dissociate from your body. When a situation is too painful, the brain has an incredible ability to check out, to create a sense of distance from the pain. This numbness is a protective shield. But you cannot selectively numb. When you numb the pain, you also numb the joy, the connection, and the subtle whispers of your own intuition. You cannot hear a message from your gut if you have learned to not live in your body. The signal is being sent, but no one is home to receive the mail. So how do we begin to heal this sacred connection? How do we recalibrate our inner compass? It is a quiet, patient, and deeply compassionate journey. It is not about learning to blindly trust every feeling. It is about learning to differentiate the voice of your trauma from the voice of your truth. The first step is to start with the body, not the story. The way back home is through interoception. Several times a day, just pause. Close your eyes and ask yourself one simple question without judgment. What am I feeling in my body right now? Is there a tightness in your throat? A warmth in your chest? A fluttering in your stomach? Don't try to analyze it or fix it. Just notice it. You are simply practicing the art of listening again. You are reopening the lines of communication. The second step is to practice the sacred pause and get curious. When you get a strong gut feeling, especially a negative one, instead of immediately acting on it or dismissing it, just pause. Acknowledge it with kindness. Okay, my body is sending a strong signal of no right now. Then, get curious. Is this a scream, or is it a whisper? Trauma often screams. Intuition usually whispers. Is this feeling familiar? Does it feel like an old echo? Let me gather a little more real-world information before I decide what this means. This creates a space between the feeling and the action, allowing your wise, conscious mind to participate in the conversation. The third, and most important, step is to calibrate your compass with safety. Your nervous system needs to relearn what safe feels like in your body. Deliberately spend time with people, in places, and doing activities that you consciously know are safe and good for you. And when you are there, practice noticing your body. What does calm feel like in your stomach? What does joy feel like in your chest? What does it feel like to be with a friend who is truly trustworthy? You are creating a baseline, a true north. The more you can recognize the physical sensation of genuine safety, the easier it will become to recognize when something is truly off. Your intuition was never broken. It is an ancient, beautiful, and vital part of you. It is your birthright. The signal was just scrambled by the static of your past. The journey now is not about finding a new compass. It is about patiently and lovingly cleaning the connections, turning down the static, and learning to trust the quiet, steady, and truthful voice that has been there, waiting for you all along. If this video was helpful for you, please show your support by clicking the like button. And to continue this journey of reconnection, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Finally, if you know someone who struggles to trust themselves, please share this video. It might be the validation they need to start listening to their own inner wisdom again. Thank you for watching. Your gut has a story to tell.